is Conor Ferrin a full-time electrician now? That's what they said on the broadcast. As a segue, because you wanted to talk broadcast.
I chatted with him, but
what's that all about?
I
did he get his electrician license? What's the story?
No, I mean he's been kind of like a blue collar racer, even though he's been factory for so long. I think he already had that qualification, and now this is like kind of an unfortunate of how the World Cup's changing. You have riders like him with marginal teams that aren't going to be top 15. So then it's like, if we can't be guaranteed to have our setup and our pits at the venues, then what do we do? Do we even have a team? And there isn't a strong enough continental series, and you can't have Ferrin racing continents and stuff. And so he's got a bike for the Aussie distributor, and he had an amazing run. And he said he loved the top of the track and he didn't like the bottom of the track. And then sure enough, his times just pretty much showed that. If he had two tops of the track, he could have been top three. So it's just this, I'm just concerned that you lose. I'm not going to say Conor's on the tail end of his career, but you lose those type of people that can be at World Cups and or the future Conor Ferrins. How are they going to be at World Cups? Because it's one thing how the World Cups get to be who's on the World Cups this year, but what's worse moving forward than just limiting to his teams is that now the teams keep the points, not the riders. So the teams are never going to change. You're going to have, of the top 10 teams, you're going to have very, very, very little rotation. So you're going to have the same bike brands and teams for the next 3 years. And that to me, and then your rider points that matter. So a lot of riders got good deals this year, or they either points available on Marine got a good deal, as it should be. Or if you have a new good rider that highly performs, I guess he could be brought on to re-sign to a team. But it's the problem is now the teams keep the points, so you're going to have the same 10 bike brands racing World Cups, and that to me is not, that is like Formula One, and that's not fun,
Yeah, we can't help it go back. I was going to say, we can't help it get into the preview podcast. There's a teaser, dude. It's good for us to get our muscles, firing on what we're going to talk about in the teaser. But yeah, there's going to be all these knock-on effects of rule changes. That's like anything in life. You change something, you can't always foresee all the knock-on effects. Yeah, as a tease is my question, and we don't even have to answer it now, is it's an individual sport, and now it seems like it's getting a bit more team focused, but it's still an individual sport. So I've got so many question marks, which it'll take a year or two to figure out. Yeah, for sure.